Hello friends, today we will start with the chapter number 3, that is motion of the earth. As you know that the earth has two types of motion, namely rotation and revolution. Rotation is the movement of earth on its axis. Movement of earth around the sun is fixed part or orbit is called revolution. The axis of earth, which is an imaginary line, makes an angle of 66 half degree with an orbital plane. The plane formed by the earth is known as orbital plane. The earth receives light from the sun. Due to the spherical shape of the earth, only half of the light from the sun at a time. The portion facing the sun experiences day while the other half from the sun experiences night. The circle that divides a day from the night on the globe is called circle of illumination. Circle does not coincide with the axis as you see in the figure 3.2. The earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. The period of rotation is known as the earth day. This is the daily motion of the earth. What would happen if the earth did not rotate? The portion of earth facing the sun would always experience day, thus bringing the continuous warmth to the region. The other half would remain its darkness and be freezing cold all the time. Life would not have been possible in such extreme conditions. Do you know the ancient Indian astronomer Aryabhat had stated that the earth is round and rotates it on its own axis. The second motion of the earth around the sun in its orbit is called revolution. It takes 365 1 by 4 days means 1 year to revolve around the sun. We considered a year as consisting of 365 days only and ignore 6 hours for the sake of convenience. 6 hours saved every year are added to make 1 day over a span of 4 years. This surplus day is added to the month of February. Thus, every fourth year, February is of 29 days instead of 28 days. Such a year with 366 days is called leap year. Find out when will be the next leap year. From the figure 3.3, it is clear that the Earth is going around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. Notice that throughout its orbit, the Earth is inclined in the same direction. A year is usually divided into summer, winter, spring, and autumn seasons. Seasons change due to the change in the position of Earth around the Sun. Look at the figure 3.3. You will see that 21st June, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. The rays of the sun falls directly on the Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receive more heat. The area near the pole receives less heat as the rays of the sun are slanting. The North Pole is inclined toward the sun and places beyond the Arctic Circle experiences continuous daylight for about 6 months. Since a large portion of northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun, it is summer in the region north of the equator. The longest day and the shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. At this time, the southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. It is winter season there, and nights are longer than these days. The position of the earth is called summer solstice. On 22nd December, the Tropic of Capricorn receives direct rays on the sun as the south pole tilts towards it. As the sun rays fall directly at the Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23 half degrees south, a larger portion of southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere where longer days and shorter nights. The reverse happen in northern hemisphere. This position of earth is called winter solstice. Do you know that Christmas is celebrated in Australia in the summer season? On 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays of sun falls on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun, so the whole earth experiences equal day and equal nights. This is called equinox. On 23rd September, it is autumn season. in the northern hemisphere and a spring season in some southern hemisphere. The opposite is in the case of 21st March when it is spring in northern hemisphere and autumn in southern hemisphere. Thus, you find that there are days and nights changes in the season because the rotation and revolution of Earth respectively.